My talk today is really about how the hell are we going to get out of this SaaS thing that we're currently stuck in and actually get out and build real products with the changes that we just heard about. We're going to have to rethink how we build product because there's massive changes. And the first time in 20 years, we really have to rethink how we're going to do this or we're going to fail. Let me talk about what's happening today, the SaaS interconnectivity, what I like to call the SaaS apocalypse. So Salesforce is really important because they basically said, don't install anything. There's no point. You get a ton of benefits on the cloud. We didn't really think about the fact that our data is now stored in this cloud, wherever that is. But the other thing that we didn't think about as founders and entrepreneurs is the fact that the cloud allowed us to build software super fast. And out of one came many, right? Which today we have like 30,000 SaaS apps. So what happened though was that cloud also forced us to communicate between apps though. SaaS allowed us to store data in the cloud, but then we had to get access to that data. And then all, things like upload CSV file came into being, right? Because we had to download data from one app to another app. That became an issue. So SaaS was awesome, but it created these problems. It created these islands, these sources of truth. So if you're doing a sales app, if you're building the new sales lead generation AI assistant on Slack, I know you guys are doing that too, you're going to have to tap into Salesforce. That was a problem. So API integrations came into play. Everybody came up to a standard, kind of, not really. And we saw some interconnectivity, right? All of this builds up. So that was 2020, 2010, 2023. What happened in March of 2023? ChatGPT 3.5, right? That just blew my socks off. It's like, wow, this AI actually works. It actually understands. Come back 10 years, in my second last startup, we built this stuff using NLP and a bunch of other tech. None of it worked really well. ChatGPT actually was the first one that actually proved to be useful. And that opened up a ton of possibilities. I would call it useful AI. Before it was just toy AI. And that's the era that we're in. What's going to happen today and tomorrow and the next month is that the 30,000 SaaS apps that are currently glutting our ecosystem are going to balloon to 300,000. And this is going to create another situation that we're going to have to deal with. They all need data. The other nice thing about useful AI is that now we're integrating AI into our apps. And that's really the future. This is one of our customers. So they built a recruiting assistant using data that they're getting from us, but this is the new thing. This assistant can replace 10, 20 recruiters. This type of software is going to displace a ton of people. It's also going to displace a ton of software as well. And that's actually what we're heading into. We're heading into a SaaS apocalypse. And what's going to be left is the platforms, because they hold all the data. And those SaaS companies that don't add AI, they're dead. My point is that data is what's going to differentiate. But look, all I meant to say here is that what we built here at Unified in Toronto.to is a real-time unified API to access your customers' data. So if you're building a SaaS app with AI, you need fresh data. We have fresh data. We can get you that. We're plumbing for data from your customers. That's what we've built here. Lots of 206 integrations. And that's the other thing about AI. AI does not care about what kind of data. You're training your model on PDFs. You're training your model on Notion pages. You're training your model on Slack messages. It doesn't really care. So I think you have to take a look at all the data sources that your customers have. Yeah, that's it.